For all you BTS fans out there, this one's for you. What up, simpletons? So BTS's new video for Boys With Luv just came out and I am obsessed with it. I love the colors and how vibrant everything is, and obviously the song is super catchy. So I wanted to show you how you can recreate the same color poppin' vibrancy within your photos. This photo was taken in LA about a year ago, and I thought it was a perfect picture to use for this just because there's so many colors in the photo already. So the first thing we're gonna do is tune image. The photo itself is a bit dark, so we're gonna up the brightness and the contrast. Because this photo was backlit, we're gonna increase the ambience by a lot to bring back more of the detail into the shot. And we're also going to up the shadows so you can see a little bit more of my face. So next up is details. To sharpen the photo, we're going to up the sharpen and the structure. I got straight up Miami vibes watching the entire video. It was like walking into a color bonanza, or if unicorns are real and they all took a shit at the same time, that would be the outcome of Boys With Luv. So because we want to make this photo more vibrant, in our next step, HDR escape, we're going to increase it more than I normally would just so we can make the colors pop. I would normally go into grainy film after that, but we're going to skip it for now and go straight into our favorite curves. I always like to start with the luminous curve, and I'm actually gonna bring the midtones of the luminous curve up more just to highlight the colors and make them pop more. Next, we're gonna play with the red curve. I don't wanna look too pink and too red, so I'm going to slightly decrease it. And now we're gonna play with the green and blue curve just enough so that we kind of match the first scene within the Boys With Luv video. And then lastly, we're gonna play with the RGB curve. I'm a little bit bright right now, so we're going to decrease the highlights and bring up the shadows just so I'm not fading in the shot. All right, so we're done with curves. Now we're gonna go into white balance. I don't do much with white balance. I just increase the temperature and the tint by a small bit. Now my favorite part of editing is using the brush tool. This is where you can fine tune and tweak certain parts of the photo that aren't to your liking. Now we really wanna make the colors pop. So we're gonna go in and use the saturation tool within brush at 10 and brush over the buildings and the sky to make it pop. All right, we're almost done. So after that, I always like to go into curves again, just to slightly tweak the luminous and the RGB curve. It doesn't really make a huge difference, but it's just something I do. I find that it softens the picture. And once I'm done with that, we're gonna go into curves one last time. So the sky right now is quite blue. If you look at BTS's video, it's slightly on the teal side. So we're gonna go back into curves and play with the green and blue curves to adjust the sky so that it matches that teal. I'm also going to play with the RGB and luminous curve to darken the sky as well to make it more pigmented. I know the picture is looking a little bit crazy right now, but trust me, we've got that covered. So after we're done with that, we're not gonna leave it here. We're gonna go into view edit, curves, the last step that we just took, and click on the edit icon. Now we're gonna erase everything but the sky because that's the only part that I wanted to adjust. So you'll notice after all those edits, the sky is banded. And this happens sometimes if you're editing a really dark photo and you're brightening it by a lot. The photo that I'm using is a JPEG and it's not a RAW, so that's probably why there's a banded sky right now. We also did make a lot of edits to it, but not to worry. You can always go in and blur it out with Facetune or retouch. I'm just gonna slightly fix it by going into grainy film, and what grainy film will do is it'll soften the pictures so the bands aren't that visible, so I'm going to go in with X03, and I don't want the grainy film filter to affect the entirety of the photo. I just want it to touch the sky, so I'm gonna go back into view edits and erase everything but the sky. There's still some of that band there, but I'm okay with that. I think I add some of the artsy feel to the shot, so I'm just gonna leave it. And voila! So let's do a final before and after. So this is before, and this is after. Now let's compare it to the first scene within Boys With Luv. I think it's pretty comparable. There you have it. If you're looking to add some vibrancy or some color into your shot, it does help if your photo already has a lot of color to work with, but these are just some of the techniques that you can use to really make the colors pop in your photo. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you love this video and you want more similar tutorials, please give this video a thumbs up so I know that's what y'all are looking for. Please comment below what other tutorials you'd like to see or what other videos you'd like me to mimic. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and join the Simpleton family. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you guys know when I upload videos, because at this point, it's pretty random. I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Okay, bye.